Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of my Inside the Track series. Today we're going to talk about my song If I Believe in Myself, first released in 2021 on my Hope EP. I consider this song as one of my more classical kind of songs in terms of songwriting and production, mostly because I worked with a rather classical kind of instrumentation. Vocals, real drums, piano, bass, organ. That's it. So the story of the song came to me in a dream. I don't know if you ever heard of the term lucid dreaming. It basically is the conscious acknowledgement that you're dreaming while you're dreaming. I know that might sound pretty Inception, but this is actually happening from time to time. So I consciously observed my dream, and somehow I put myself on a different planet and watched my life through a telescope. And I was just observing like everyday scenes of my life. And I had some friends over to watch my life just like we're binging Netflix shows right now. And we observed myself on Earth just doing random stuff. So after I woke up, I was wondering what I would think about myself if I could watch my life from a different planet through a telescope, just like a TV show. Would I enjoy watching it? Would it be fun? Would I be super excited about upcoming episodes like I am right now with Better Call Saul or The Mandalorian? Is there actually someone watching me all the time? Believe it or not, I really think about stuff like that. So let's say in Believe in Myself, I try to combine the concept of The Truman Show with the concept of Inception and try to combine it in one piece of music. And somehow I try to find my conclusion in this weird combination of concepts. And my conclusion was that I don't really need to be afraid of anything in the world if I think about me watching over myself. Even death, as I meant in my line when I say, when I'm closing my eyes, I'm not worried at all because I have myself watching over me. Also, I kind of want to crack my belief in general. The concept of the universe and how we came to be is something that reoccurs in my songs from time to time, as it did in Mysterious World, for example. Okay, so now that you know the backstory, let's jump into the computer and see the construction that I put on these concepts. Okay, so I wrote this song entirely on piano and vocals only. And as I said in earlier episodes, I think that's a very powerful tool to songwrite with a very minimalistic kind of instrumentation. So all the weaknesses are coming to light. Okay, so this is what the song sounded like when I started recording it. I didn't even change the original piano that I recorded. This is actually the first take that I did on piano with vocals to a click track.
What my life would look like if I watched it from a distant star. If I sat there with a telescope on Jupiter or Mars.
And so on and so forth. Chorus section sounded like that.
I'm closing my eyes, I'm not worried at all, cause I know that I'll be alright.
Again, I used Keyscape for this.
That I have myself watching
this time LA Custom C7. Fantastic preset.
And when I'm closing my eyes, I'm not worried at all, cause I know that I'll be alright. Know that I'll be alright if I believe in myself.
I really dig it. So after that, I just did some drum programming, very straightforward, and recorded some bass to it. So this is what it sounded like after that. And I made the drums come in on the second verse. So I didn't directly go to the first chorus after the first verse. I just put in the second verse right after the first one. Here we go.
I wonder if I made my friends come over for an evening episode. Would I tell them to grab a drink and make themselves at home? And would my life be entertaining?
So it doesn't sound very interesting yet, but as I said, since I arranged the song in a very minimalistic way, the vocals and the piano were kind of guiding the whole track to where it needs to be. After I had the song laid out in as an arrangement, I just tried to figure out a kind of interlude part, which is right here after second chorus.
If I believe in myself.
And I came up with this piano ostinato. Check it out.
If I believe in, if I believe in, if only I believe in. If I believe in, if I believe in.
So very simple, but I just wanted to change the harmony in this part before I brought in one of my favorite drummers, Felix Lehrmann. This is how it sounds with real drums.
I wonder if I made my friends come over for an evening episode. Would I tell them to grab a drink and make themselves at home? And would my life
I love how he plays that with so much love for detail. This is just very, very nice. And also, now we go into the chorus section.
Closing my eyes, I'm not worried at all, 'cause I know that I'll be alright.
1, 2.
Knowing that I have myself watching all.
Okay, so this is very special because this inserted 2/4, two quarter beats. They just came to me naturally, and he found a way to make them sound very, very natural. So you don't really think there's anything inserted in this groove, because it feels so much like a natural 4/4, but it actually isn't. I really try to focus on having a very static kind of arrangement, so all the elements that are introduced are staying in the song till the very end. There's only one spot when I really break it down. This is like this section right here. I kind of interrupt this instrumentation for a second and break it down to only vocals and piano again, which is the first verse repeated again. So, and I also could have ended the song right there and would have never felt wrong, but I felt like I want to go into this bridge section one more time. Just after the breakdown.
If I believe in, if I believe in.
Added some ad-libs here.
I believe in, I believe it. I believe it. If
Okay,
I believe in.
and at this point, I really thought that I need some more tension to happen in this middle 8 part. So I was playing around with instrumentations, and I didn't necessarily plan to put in some electric guitars, but since it was so much fun to put electric guitars in my other songs of the EP, I tried to give it a shot and make it a very composition kind of part rather than like a solo part. That was when I put in this guitar part right here.
If I believe in, if I believe in. If only I believe in.
And I need to say I did all of that on one string.
If I believe in.
So there was a lot of sliding involved. And that sounded very nice to me, but now at this point of arrangement, it's very important to add some ear candy to it. And I came up with this. So let me solo the guitars for a sec so you can actually deconstruct that. So this was the first line, as you heard. I added the exact same line with a different sound and just panned it a little bit to the right. just to have some separation, but also another soundscape that is adding up to this solo part. Then I put in this guitar, octave below, just to give it some depth, and pan this one a little to the left. Just a tad, just to get some separation between the guitar parts. Okay, so last thing I added to this. Oh, I see, another low octave with a different sound. I used the THU plugin from Slate to do that. It's a fantastic plugin. It comes with the Everything bundle, which is just a no-brainer to me because you get so much for so little. I can only recommend that. And I put in some tremolo here, used the bass phase amp. I don't even know why, because that's actually a bass amp. Probably because I used the low octave. But it sounded great, so who cares? And then that sounded really nice to me, but somehow I wanted more out of this section. So I added some harmonies in the second part of this section. Check it out. It goes in the first. And third harmony. And the whole section builds up a lot of tension. Okay, so now I thought, I can't remember this very clearly. I thought it sounds nice, but somehow I want this to be a little more organic. So what I did is I added up, don't laugh at me right now, but this is very funny. I added these vocals right here.
If I believe in, if only I believe in.
So I just added a little bit of like very airy kind of vocals to it in order to get this a little more human and organic sounding. And it worked out very fine, so I really liked it. Then afterwards, I just did my usual stuff. I doubled a bunch of stuff. For example, this right here.
Even if I believe in.
Just put on the higher octave above that.
Even if I believe.
Let's listen to solo.
Even if I believe in.
Just doubled this. Had the wonderful Jenny double it as well.
If I believe in. If I believe in.
Just to give it a different color too. Then I invited my friends to sing some background vocals. And it's always great if you know who you're writing for. So in this case, I knew who I would write for. I kind of came up with a cool choir section in this second chorus. Check it out.
And when I'm closing my eyes, I'm not worried.
I call this the Robbie Williams moment of the song because he worked with a lot of oohs and ahs choirs. I love it. And they sound so amazing together. So Jeremy, Conrad, and Jenny, you did fantastic again. And also I had them double my voice in this section. Again, just to thicken it up a little. last but not least, I put in my good friend Reiner on organ just to give it some more organic sound.
I'm closing my eyes, I'm not worried at all.
And he began to play in the first chorus already. It's so funny to hear how he's turning on and off the Leslie, the rotor cabinet. It's so nice and so warm. I can only recommend working with organ.
Even myself.
And I tried to feature him in the second verse a bit. So if you listen to that.
Wonder if I notice someone's watching.
That's where he shines.
From a distant star in space. Bet this world just looks amazing. From a different place. Are my problems that important?
The organ, again, is one of the main glue-in kind of instruments. It combines all the harmony instruments together. Just gives the whole arrangement such a nice organic sound to live in. So that's it about the instrumentation. Let's just talk a little bit about this reprise that I did after the breakdown. The song actually would have been perfectly fine to end just after this breakdown part, but I thought I wanted to top it a little more with a reprise kind of part where I can do some ad-libs on top, very spacey. And also, since I released this one with a whole EP, so with another 6 songs, I wanted to feature some kind of connection between the songs. So I made one ad-lib, a kind of preview where I'm going to after this song in the EP. So listen to that. This is the end of the breakdown. Open up the delays and the verbs. Here's the preview. Waiting for the brighter days to come. Waiting for the brighter days to come, because Brighter Days is actually the next song on the EP. So I love stuff like that to just put in some kind of connection in between a ongoing piece of work, just like this EP was. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Inside the Track. I appreciate all of you, and I really hope you could take away as much as possible from this episode. Maybe you can even use some of these insight in your productions. My one and only goal is to inspire you as a creator, as a musician, as a human being. So I want to leave you with this thought: you're capable of much more than you can think of right now. And I'm 100% sure that the future holds great things for you. If you want to support me further on my journey, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on social media so I can say hi. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my next episodes. Take care. Ben out.